Hi, and welcome back to the Dreaming Little podcast. I'm Jamie, a mom of two and a certified sleep specialist, and your host. So let's get started. Today, I wanted to talk about what a sleep specialist is, what the benefits are, and what they do, and what you can expect to get if you were to work with me. So a lot of parents Google a lot of things in the first couple months of baby's life, in the first year and the first 2 years. And one of the most common Googled is how to get baby to sleep. And there's lots of conflicting info out there. Google has lots of information, sometimes too much information. It can get overwhelming. And there's tips and tricks on Instagrams, just like I have stuff on my Instagram. The problem with all the stuff that's out there is it's not specific to your baby or to your situation. It's just general, which is great. That works for a lot of people. But for some people, me included, I wanted someone to help me specifically with what was going on with my baby, because not every baby fits in a specific box, so to speak. They don't all act and behave the same. They're all very different. Each child is different depending on their temperament, their age, and the parent's temperament, the parent's parenting style. A lot of variables go into it. And so the benefit of working with a sleep specialist is a sleep specialist will tailor their support to you and your baby's needs. So as opposed to looking online to get some info from Google or Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or Facebook on how to help get your baby to sleep, you can reach out to a sleep specialist who's trained in baby sleep, who's worked with lots of different clients who have babies that are all different ages and have experience through every situation. So no matter what you're going through with your baby, they're there to help and they've had experience with it. And so the personalization is what was most beneficial for me when I hired a sleep specialist with my son when he was a baby. And she helped create a great tailored sleep plan just to our situation. It was not some general, here, follow these instructions. It was tailored specifically to us and specifically to my son's situation and my family's situation, which is I greatly appreciated, because it just made me feel like, okay, this is what I'm going to do for me, and it's going to work for me, and here's why it's going to work, and here's why it's best for me, and here's why it's best for my son. So, and then in the process of implementing the sleep plan, she was there, the sleep specialist I hired was there to support. And a good sleep specialist will not only give you a sleep plan, but will have a package to back it up to support you moving forward. So whether it's an email package or phone calls, or in my case, I offer text message packages. So a good sleep specialist should offer you some sort of follow-up so that you can ask questions, because it's all great to have a phone call and to come up with a plan together, but implementing the plan is hard too. And you may run into questions like, hey, I see on this plan it says to do X, Y, and Z. I'm doing X, Y, and Z, but this is happening. What do I do now? And that's where a sleep specialist can really come in handy to support you and to sort of help you navigate the process, because it is a process. Baby sleep is a process, and it's something that all babies need to learn how to do at some point. And so part of the value of having a sleep specialist is allowing your family to get better rest quicker. So you improve your child's mood because they're well rested, which in turn means hopefully less crying and less crankiness. And also good sleep, good solid restorative sleep is essential for their growth and development. So by helping them and yourself get them into a good sleeping pattern, that's good for their health and development. And it's also really good for balance in your day. And as a parent, if you're listening to an overtired crying baby all day, or you're up multiple times a night, you're not getting good rest at night, and your stress is increased. So it helps restore balance to your day and your relationship and your confidence as a parent, just to have a happy baby who's sleeping well. And in my case, the big one was that it helped shift me from surviving to actually enjoying parenthood and enjoying being a mom. All the parents, every single parent that I've worked with parents of 4-month-olds all the way to 3 years old so far in my practice. And they have said, I wish I'd done this sooner. I wish I'd done this sooner, because it's such a shift. I wish I'd done it sooner, and I did it with my kids as early as I probably could have done it, but it's such a gift to have a baby that sleeps well and naps well, and you can put them to bed for the night and know that they're not going to be up in a couple hours, and they will be sleep the whole night and wake up happy and rested in the morning. And then I can sleep well at night, and the parents can sleep well at night and be happy and rested in the morning. So maybe an indicator of how you might know that you're ready to hire a sleep specialist is if you've tried multiple methods of supporting your baby's sleep and there's been no progress, nothing's improved. If you're like me, you dreaded nighttime and bedtime, and I had horrible anxiety. And one of my clients, one of the moms I worked with, also had horrible anxiety as the day progressed. As it got closer and closer to the late afternoon, when it started to get dark, it was like so anxious because the nighttime terror was coming, the bedtimes and the multiple wake ups and all the crying and all the things that needed to happen in order to get the baby to go to sleep, and then they didn't even stay asleep. So if you're feeling that overwhelmed and all that anxiety and dreading the evenings, that may indicate that it might be time to get a little extra help from a sleep specialist. And if you want to make a change and you're not sure what to do, that would be another indicator that a sleep specialist could help you. And if you're ready to just feel empowered and not be second guessing if what you're doing is right, if it's right for your baby, anything like that, then a sleep specialist might be helpful for you. And what you want to look for in a sleep specialist will be someone, again, that offers you personal support. It's not just a generic PDF of like, here's what you need to do, follow these steps, and this will work for you. It's specific to your family and your child. They are listens, and they don't push rigid routines or rigid schedules. They align with your values. They're gentle and responsive and flexible, and someone that also supports you and not just your baby. So they're there to hear what you're going through and to support you through the process as well, because it's hard for parents too. This is a skill that we're teaching our kids to sleep, and some kids are more stubborn than other kids, so they fight it a little more than others, and that can be hard for parents because most little babies that are fighting this change do it by crying, and that's really hard for parents, and I get it. And I offer my parents lots of supports lots of tips and support to get through that process. I also wanted to talk about what I offer and what it's like if you book a package with Dreaming Littles. So the process for working with me is initially I offer a free consult. So there's a 15-minute call with me. I take some notes. You let me know what you're struggling with, what sleep struggles you have with your child, and I take notes. I offer a few quick suggestions, and then I also explain what my process is and what I can offer. After that 15-minute consultation, then most of the parents that I've had a consultation with have continued on and booked a package with me, which I'm so grateful for. And that process looks like I offer a bunch of text message packages: a 1-week package, a 2-week package, a 1-month package, a 3-month package, and a 6-month package. And those are all different prices. They can all be found on my website, dreaminglittles.com. And what those look like is once a package is booked, you'll be given a calendar of my availability where you can schedule a 45-minute call with me. We'll get on a call and talk about more in depth about the sleep issues you're dealing with, what kind of maybe training methods we want to work on, and how I see everything going. We talk through the whole process, what sleep training looks like, what to expect, we talk through concerns and questions and all of that. Then once we get off the phone, 3 days later, I email you a detailed sleep plan that's written specific to your situation and specific to your family and child. And then, depending on the length of time text message package that you book, that package begins the first time you text me. So let's say I have a call with someone on Friday, I email them their sleep plan on Monday, and the following Friday they decide to start sleep training their baby. So they text me and say, "Hey Jamie, I just put baby down for sleep and they're doing okay so far," or whatever. Then that day that they sent the first text message would be when the text message package starts. And it is unlimited text messages for whatever the time frame is. The most popular package I have is 2 weeks. Most babies can be sleep trained in 2 weeks. Easy. Now, keep in mind that sleep train is not no crying. There still can be tears, but sleep training means that they fall asleep on their own and stay asleep on their own without feeding, rocking, patting, shushing, any of those type of things. So most babies, in my experience, can be sleep trained in 2 weeks or less. So 2 weeks is a really popular package. And like I said, it's unlimited text messages. I'm available from 6 a.m. to 9 or 10 p.m. And then overnight, some parents text me if they have middle of the night questions. And then I answer it when I wake up in the morning. I always get back to each of my clients as quickly as I can and give them as much detailed information as I can. So once the 2 weeks is up, you'll get an email from me that says, "Hey, we've reached the end of your 2-week text package." And it has some information to book a follow-up package if you want to. I also offer 1-week sort of add-on packages for current clients at a discounted rate. And that's pretty much what it's like working with me. I really love helping parents, and I love getting to the point where parents are happy and tell me that they're such a better parent, or they're so much happier and they're enjoying their parenthood so much more because they have a baby that sleeps well. It's such a wonderful feeling, and it makes me really happy to hear. Most parents they expect sleep training to be much worse than it actually is. And I'm there to a lot of parents say that they appreciate I'm here to hold them accountable, to be like, "You can do this, stay strong, you got this. This is totally normal. It's going to get better. It's going to get better." And it always does get better. And almost every single parent I've worked with, the first night they put their baby to bed to start sleep training, they're so nervous and they're so anxious, and almost all of them come back very shortly after putting them to bed and say, "They fell asleep. They're sleepy." And they're shocked. And it works. Sleep training does work. If it's something that you want to do for your family. If it's not, if whatever sleep situation you have is working for your family, then you don't need to change it. Do whatever works best for you. But if it's not working for you and you want things to change and you want a change, I'm here to help. And I would be honored to help your family and your child get there. You can reach out to me. I have a lot of resources on my website at dreaminglittles.com. I have a free blog. I have a free ebook as well as some paid ebooks. And I also have text message packages. There's also this podcast that just started that I'll also have a lot of helpful tips. So I'm hoping through all of those different methods to be able to help every parent that needs it. and who happens to find me, because that's what I love to do. I love to help parents get their kids sleeping and enjoy parenthood that much more. Thanks for tuning in to the Dreaming Littles podcast. If you have a question that I could answer on a next podcast, I'd love for you to email me at podcast@dreaminglittles.com, and then I can answer it on a future podcast. Thanks so much for spending time with me. And until next time, see ya.